Deputy Chairman Fred Hampton of the Illinois Black Panther Party.
Repeat after me. I am a revolutionary. I am a revolutionary. I am a revolutionary. I am a revolutionary. I am a revolutionary.
You're looking at 18 months for the stolen car.
What's going on, man? This is the Low Key Cave, Keyshawn Nam's YouTube page, aka Mr. Low Key himself. We're going to be talking about Judas and the Black Messiah. This movie is directed by Shaka King and produced by Ryan Coogler. I don't know too much of Shaka King's work, but going off this movie, I'm probably going to have to check out a lot more of his work. But of course, I already know about Ryan Coogler, Black Panther, Fruitvale Station, Creed. The list goes on and on, but today we're going to be getting in Judas and the Black Messiah, and I'm finally able to do this review, man. I had to really sit down and just pay attention to this movie for a second viewing, and I still, just discovered new things and just get an understanding of everything that Fred Hampton had going on, and not just Fred Hampton, but the whole Black Panther movement, because just hearing his speeches and the way he talked, it wasn't just the way he talked, his actions behind his words.
You ain't never stop the party, let they stop the people. Well, ain't you high? Ain't you high? I'm high off the people. I'm high. I'm high. High, 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 high. If you're there to struggle, you're there to win. If you're there not struggle, then goddamn it, you know.
And the way he moved, it was like, man, and just seeing the way the Black Panthers moves. I've seen comparisons with this movie to Goodfellas, and I kind of get it, but don't, because in the sense of Goodfellas, it's the basic, the informant thing. I guess that's where they're coming from. In Goodfellas, you know, you had the dude, I can't remember his name, but he was infiltrating the mob, and then you got William O'Neal, who is played by Lakeith Stanfield, infiltrating the Black Panthers. And just watching the way Lakeith Stanfield's character, William O'Neal, had to maneuver around them and the stuff he had to try to get out of. And it was just like some scenes where I'm like, man, y'all don't see this nigga. This nigga's a snitch. He's a rat. Like, y'all don't see this nigga. That was kind of some of the things that I was looking at. Like, y'all don't see that this dude is a rat, or y'all don't see that he's snitching or whatnot. And just I guess just seeing how, I guess, he played his role so good, because like I said, this is basically a reenactment of what was going on, and I can't say that they was there for just every single thing that was happening, or as far as just understanding what William O'Neal was doing and every single thing that they were saying, and what him and Fred Hampton had going on. One of the real things that showed just the passion behind Fred Hampton and the things he was saying was the way he wanted to bring everybody together. Like, his main thing was police brutality, standing against police and the things they were doing against not only just black people but other people. Because this movie, that's another thing I love about this movie, it showed how the white neighborhood, the whiter poor neighborhoods, the Latinos and everybody, how he was trying to get, like he said, this rainbow coalition. He was trying to get everybody of different races together.
I bet y'all babies getting the same bullshit education. Y'all paying the same taxes to get your heads whooped in by the same motherfucking pigs. Ain't that a trip? We pay them, huh? We pay the pigs to run us off of our corners. Let me ask y'all something. If this building caught fire right now, what would y'all worry about, huh? Water and escape. If somebody would ask you, what's your culture during this fire, brother? Water. That's my culture. Well, how about
to go up against the pigs? And I'm sitting here saying the pigs. That's how deep I was in the movie. I was saying like the pigs, but how he was trying to get them to go up against the police or whatnot, man. And that terrified the FBI. J. Edgar Hoover, whoever his damn name was, the big FBI guy, whatnot, that was trying to get in there and take out basically Fred Hampton and other black leaders, because you get to a point where they're basically showing you the people that they're trying to annihilate. Like all of these black leaders that have came and that was coming after, like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, and the guys that was trying to step up to be leaders, like they was just taking them out. Just the way they showing how they was killing these people, man, black people that was trying to take on that role of being like the next Malcolm X or Martin Luther King. And you just see how you didn't really see too many leaders after everything that went on with the Black Panthers, and you've seen why. Like they going in just like the way the assassination came upon Fred Hampton, man, and like you know what happened. I mean, this is history, but watching it in this movie, Jesus Christ, man, and just witnessing that, and just watching the way his wife, I don't know if that was his wife or still his girlfriend, but shout out to the young lady. I wish I could remember her name, man, but I know she played Deborah Johnson in the movie. I think her name is Deandra Fisherman. I'm sorry, I can't remember her name, but the woman that played Fred Hampton's girlfriend or wife, Deborah Johnson, man, the way she basically was embodying Fred when he went to jail and basically taking on that role, and just seeing how the Black Panther Party was just having that protection around not just Fred but even her, and just making sure she stayed out of the way of certain things. And you just seen the way that you see that comparison to Goodfellas because of the way they ran their things, almost like a mob. Because if they found out you were snitching or whatnot, you seen what happened. And it wasn't just the things with William O'Neal, and I'm gonna get to him. The thing about William O'Neal, they showed you where they had other spies, other people that were snitches, other FBI informants that was within the Black Panther Party. Not only that, they were showing you other people that was basically telling on people that I don't even think they were real snitches, and the snitches was telling on people that they said they were snitching. If you understand what I'm saying, it was crazy. Because you got this one particular scene where William O'Neal is basically coming up the stairs to the Black Panther Party, and they basically on high alert. They paranoid. And once he get up there, they tell him that we got a snitch. We got somebody telling or whatnot. And he just sitting there because he's this rat. He's a rat himself or whatnot. But you know they not talking about him, of course, because you know they have been got him or whatnot. And they going into detail about everything they did to this dude. And like, it's crazy. And by the way, this is spoilers, but I don't feel like it should be spoilers because I feel like all this is history. Everything that went on with this movie is pretty much in on Google or whatnot. You can find everything that happened with Fred Hampton and William O'Neal. I didn't know everything that happened with this movie. I didn't know a lot of things, so yeah, I might have to hold back on certain things I'm saying, but still, even with everything that happened with William O'Neal, I didn't know what had happened with him. So I'm not even going to say that. I'm going to let whoever haven't seen the movie watching it and let you find out what happened with him. Because another thing is, Fred Hampton was 21 years old when he was assassinated. 21 years old. What was you doing when you were 21 years old, man? And I didn't know that. The way this man talked and the way he moved, you would have thought he was at least 28 or 29 going into his 30s. But he was 21 years old. So I'm sitting here thinking, was it times where he was going like 18, 19 years old, 20? I'm telling you, you going back trying to find out these things about this guy because he was so young, and the way he talked and the way he moved and everything he was trying to do for the people, as he would say, was like, man, so young. So young. This movie, man, I'm telling you, it's almost like going back, and I'm not going to compare it to a slave movie, but it just put you back in that era of how grateful we should be as a people with everything that's going on. I know we have so much still going on with the George Floyds and everything as far as police brutality, but just coming from where we came from as a people to see what they had to go through. The Black Panther Party and people before them, black people, what they had to go through with police, and the way the police, the things they would do to try to take these people, not just arrest them, but kill them. Like, it's crazy, man. And it just gives you a prime example, like I said, just to be blessed and to feel grateful for where we at as a people. And not only that, just to be thankful for the people that fought for us. The Fred Hamptons, the Malcolm X's, the Martin Luther Kings, and all the Black Panther people, man. The people that was standing behind him. This one particular girl, man, I wish I could remember her name. She had the fro, and you know who I'm talking about. She was shooting a shotgun, man. She did not play. The people that stood behind him. And at the same time, you had William O'Neal, who was like this guy who was riding for him. Hell, it was at one point where they had burned down their whole thing. They had burned it down, and you had him coming in, rebuilding everything. It's like, yo, this is my man right here. This is my guy. And you just seeing how sleazy those things were, what he was doing, but you also seen at the same time how his conscience was eating him up. William O'Neal, I'm talking about. How his conscience was eating him up. I honestly would have liked to see more of the relationship between William O'Neal and the FBI agent Roy that was had him infiltrating the Black Panthers, because you kind of seen it. You had Roy inviting the guy into his house or whatnot, basically being like friends with him or whatnot. Like William O'Neal and Roy, they basically like cool or whatnot. And the movie almost had it like Roy is not particularly like this racist guy, because he was comparing the Black Panthers to basically the KKK. He was saying they was the same people, and we have to take both of them out. Like, and the way William O'Neal would you just seen the look on his face. Man, shout out to you. I don't want to even get into the whole thing, because I know a lot of people are talking about Daniel Kaluuya, who played Fred Hampton, like whether he should have played him or not. You know, him not being a Black American, or you know what I'm saying. You know, but I'm not even gonna get in all that. The performance, man. Look, his performance was off the chain. I got to say that Daniel Kaluuya playing Fred Hampton, I was listening to every word that was coming out of his mouth as Fred Hampton in those speeches. I even went back and looked at some of Fred Hampton's old speeches or whatnot, and you just seen the way he embodied him. And even Lakeith Stanfield playing William O'Neal. But just seeing the way these guys the way they formed, I wonder, like, were they really that close? Because the movie kind of implicated they was kind of cool, but they weren't like they wasn't like him and Comrade, you know, the other guy that the police killed in the hospital. I don't feel like they was as tight as him and Fred, but were they? And the way the movie portrayed it, kind of had them kind of being like they was cool. They were kind of close, but not as that close. But I mean, if he was willing to, I guess, I don't know, man. It's just so, man. It's ending, bro. That ending, Jesus Christ, man. Just the evilness in seeing the way we was treated as a people after all the slavery stuff. You go into just life in America, how dealing with the police, and the way you would see Fred Hampton basically predicting his death, because that was what was going on. Like the way J. Edgar Hoover was talking about him in the conference with all the FBI agents, just like, this guy has to go, because of the way he was not only gathering black people together, Black Panther parties, other gangs in Chicago. Like, he was going around getting everybody. You had these different group of gangs in Chicago, not the Black Panther, but other groups like the Crowns or whatnot. You had these other groups, and he just walk up in and trying to talk to these people. And this one time where you had William O'Neal saying, like, yo, Fred can sell such and such to a slug. Basically saying how the way he talked, and it was real, because the way he talked, you are listening. When you hear Daniel Kaluuya playing Fred Hampton talk, and you hear him just his speeches and the way his voice roars like damn near a lion. The way his presence is felt, you believe in everything he's saying, and the way his actions is going, man. And I'm telling you, man, it's a scene where he's in jail and he's just looking at this guy, and I'm not even gonna tell you what's going on, but you're gonna know what I'm talking about. It's a scene where Fred Hampton is jail. He's just looking at this guy, and he's talking about this rebellion about these guys in prison, because you know he's in here with all these guys, and you know stuff was going on then with cops, the way they's treating people on the streets. You only imagine how they were treating them behind bars. But just seeing this movement, man, this powerful script, and just finding out things that I didn't even know about, man. Jeez, man, it was hard. It was rough to look at. And if I feel like, man, if you didn't shed at least a tear or two by the end of this movie, man, I don't know. I don't know how you didn't, because I definitely did, man. Just seeing everything, just seeing what they had to go through with the police and how grimy the police were, man. And just seeing the way they do now. Like, you see the stuff that's going on now, and to see what they were doing then. Like, but, like I said, man, I just wanted to come on here and give my review finally of Judas and the Black Messiah. It's definitely one of those 2021 movies that's top tier. This definitely probably gonna be, right now, this is definitely my top movie of 2021 right now. This is definitely the top movie of 2021. It was early, of course, it's just February, but still, this is an impact movie. And if you haven't seen, you definitely need to check it out, man. Definitely should check this out, man. But leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know if you've seen this. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. This is the road to 100 subs, man. We out.
Action, weatherman is national reaction, you know. We think it is anarchistic, opportunistic, individualistic, it's chauvinistic, it's custoristic, and that's the bad part about it. It's custoristic in that its leaders take people into situations where the people can be massacred, and they call that revolution. And it's nothing but child's play, it's folly, and it's criminal because people can be hurt. We say that they're doing exactly what the pigs want them to do. When they take people down and just do nothing, play around, and the pigs are prepared for this, and they'll wipe all of those young people out. We think these people may be sincere, but they're misguided.